Hi, I'm Coach Tom, and welcome to episode 4 of Track the Trainer. You might notice some changes this week. The first one is, I'm standing instead of sitting. Hey, you know what? I'm talking about moving more, and I'm talking about better food choices. I need to be up, and I need to be moving more. We're going to start inside today, but later we'll be moving to different locations. Alright, so this week's recap. This week kind of went the same as last week. Weight went up a little, weight went down a little. And it also made me think about the third change we need to make. I'm a soccer coach and a strength conditioning coach. I work with kids from 11 to 17 years old. In fact, this last week I worked with 120 some odd kids. Great kids, great athletes, all trying to be better at their sport. As a coach, I don't focus on the outcome with those kids. I don't focus on the score of the game. I don't focus on how many goals they're going to score. I don't focus on how much weight they're going to lift in the weight room. Yes, those are all positive outcomes. But our primary focus is on the process. And we started out in Track the Trainer talking about the process, but I think it's time to get back to it. So the first process I want to go over today, the process of getting you to your ultimate goal, is control the things that you can control. If you look at the weight, it was up, it was down, it was all across the board. It was as high as 250, as low as 245 over the course of the week. I can't control that. I can't control what the scale says. But what I can control are the things that are on the accountability tracker. Did I do a great job of that? We'll go to the accountability tracker and we'll discuss it. But I'll give you a great example of the thing I could control, but I didn't. I went to dinner. I was hungry. I should not have let myself get hungry. When I got there, opened up the menu, everything looked good. And so hamburger and fries it was. Actually, cheeseburger with those little onion straws and fries it was. And I got done eating it. Quite frankly, I didn't feel very good. But if I had followed my rule, if I had followed my rule on the accountability sheet and ordered a cheeseburger and a big bowl of fruit, it would have completely changed the dynamic. It would have changed the outcome. I would have felt better. And I probably would have seen more consistency with my weight that week. So I need to look at those things I can control and control them. Control the things you can control and control them. So on the accountability sheet, walk the dog. I can do. Get my water intake. I can do. These are all things that I can do. I just need to do a better job of controlling them. Now, does that mean it's going to be perfect? No, it's not going to be perfect. Again, with the student athletes, I don't expect perfection, I expect improvement. At no point will I ever ask them to be perfect. What I want them to do is get a little better at what they're doing each time they're in the weight room or each time that they're on the field. And if they do those things over time, ultimately they will be a better player, they will be a better athlete, they will see more victories, they will score more goals, they'll do those things that get them to success. And so from now on, those are the things we'll focus on. We'll talk about my least favorite word in the dictionary, which is can't. We'll talk about the positive things that I do that ultimately help make athletes more successful, that can make us successful as well. I did go for a hike this week, which was great. I don't have that on the accountability chart yet, but it is part of the ultimate goal, which is part 2, weight loss, and climb 3 14ers. I can't just go out and climb 3 14ers. I have to work my way up. So we did a little more difficult hike this time. We did the Walker Ranch Loop, which is just southwest of Boulder. It's up a little ways in altitude. It's more like 7,000 feet, but still not a terribly high one. It was 7.5 miles, and there was some steep parts. It was a good second hike. We were tired. We were a little sore today. It was a great next step to getting us to the 3 14ers. Again, not going to climb 3 14ers at the end of the summer. It's a process over the course of the next year. Let's take a look at the accountability sheet now and see specifically some of the things that went well and some of the things that did not. So 6-4 is the first day of this week. That's right here. So 6-4 was very good. Walk the dog, no diet soda. Those two have just become a no-brainer for me. Ate a fruit and vegetable, no sugar, and the first 3 ingredients, 100 ounces of net water, 30 minutes of housework. No problem, weight went down. No problem, weight went down. Little glitch in the housework, but guess what? Weights at least stayed the same. Okay, but hit it again hard. well, hit it again card. It's consistent with my goals, consistent with my accountability tracker, down to 247. Missed on my water that day, back up to 248. Missed on the fruit in the water that day, back up to 250. So it's not about the weight. I can't control this. What can I control? I can control how much fruit and vegetable I eat. I can control how much water I drink. So those are the things that I'm going to focus on for this week. Going to make sure I get a fruit and vegetable with every meal. Going to make sure I'm drinking water. Not just 100 ounces a day now, but I'm really going to work on drinking it throughout the day and not trying to drink it all at one time. I just am not in the habit of doing these three things. So use a little bit of discipline, get in the habit, control the things that I can control, and start seeing that success come back. See again, so on the 10th, very consistent, did the things I needed to do, back down to 248. So devil's in the details. All right, coming up for next week, starting June 12th. June 12th, 5 meals a day. I'm not going, and when I say meals, a meal might be an energy bar and a piece of fruit. It might be something very quick. It doesn't have to be a sit-down meal, but it's got to include fruit and a vegetable. It's got to include water, and I'm going to keep myself from getting hungry so I'm less likely to make the poor choices like I did on the 9th. Okay, so for next week we're going to be better with the accountability sheet. We're going to improve. We're going to get just a little bit better so we can see better results at the end of next week. Hey, thank you very much. We're at 9 subscribers the last time I checked, so one short of our goal. I hope everybody likes the new format and will continue to tweak and make changes. I'm Coach Tom, and stay tuned for more Track the Trainer.